providers in the state of California, anyone can go for a supplemental service provider contract. It's done through the state of California, but you have to meet all the criteria. Jerry Cummings was over the program, and he did support some African-American providers getting on the list. You should work for a provider that is more,
They're no better.
But then you can do it yourself. But
Hold
it's
on.
the legal requirement for supplemental services is once you become a provider, you determine what services you do for the students that are under you. And the parent has total choice of who the provider they select by what the legislation says, supposedly. And so, yes, districts have implemented it different ways, but it's up for our community to go before the state board if we feel that it's not being implemented correctly to address the issues that you're saying.
What you're saying is what's on paper. I have tried to file reports to protect children, for children who are obviously dyslexic, couldn't see, couldn't hear. I am forbidden to tell a parent anything, and the programs are very hostile to anyone that speaks about the issue of racism that the child is experiencing.
Okay. Daryl, is your question related to what they're talking about?
My response is to Suzanne.
Okay, go ahead.
My response is, as a former and present SES provider, Suzanne, that's not true. That's your statement about all of us are alike is not true. Dr. Mahone runs a quality program. Dr. Hayes Mahone, if you don't know about Dr. Mahone, that's fine. If you didn't realize our center runs a quality SES provider service, that's okay. But we are not all the same. We are not doing things for the same reason that other people are doing things. We are closing the achievement gap one kid at a time, and I can show you our track record and the work we're doing. I challenge you from other districts.
I didn't know your program, and I wasn't. So I did.
Suzanne, let him speak.
I need to clarify something.
No. Let him speak and then let you
I know that
clarify.
there are exceptions, but what I was getting at is that there are also black providers that are doing the services in the same kinds of programs. So that doesn't automatically make it better. That's what I was trying to say. I wasn't saying there's no provider, black or white, that's doing a good job, but I'm saying that I have experience with many and with many people working in many, and racism is a pervasive issue, and the dumbing down of the kids through tutoring is a pervasive
I
issue.
look forward to you working with us next year.
Okay.
I look forward to you working with us.
I'm done.
Okay, thank you. Okay. Can we bring this, did you want to, I apologize.
To the question
Okay, tell me your name because I don't.
I'm Carl McLean.
Okay, hold on, Carl. There's several. Hold on, Carl. Unfortunately, there's like 6 people ahead of you. Okay, I'm sorry. And I don't know your name, ma'am. Of course. Okay. Okay, thank you. So, thank you. Jerusalem, a new question?
Yes. Thank you, Carl, and thank you for the school board for continuing this discussion. My question is in reference to some advice. Okay, I have 3 young men here who are either current victims or former victims of this dilemma that you've been discussing. What I'd like to know is what advice would you give each one of them to empower themselves and to deal with their victimization and also prepare them to assist in eliminating the problem?
Okay. Who's going to take it?
First off, yes, I'm the CEO of Always Knocking Corporation. The first thing I'm going to do is extend my services to each one of those gentlemen. We have some programs that's going on. One of them is called Junior Gentlemen, and I will be gladly to meet with y'all and discuss the issues so that we can get you in the direction that you want to go, and also talk about some of the issues, because one of the things that also hurt us is a lot of times we in denial about our own actions. Once we accept the responsibility of our own actions, it'll be easier for us to move forward in dealing with the issues that we really face. So that's what I definitely like to extend the services of my agency to you guys, and I'll give you my information, and we can move forward on that.
Okay, thank you. Okay, hold on, Carl. I'm sorry. Is the relationship to his question? Okay, go ahead.
My name is Carl McLean. I'm president of Black Advocates State Service. I'm also active with the African American Leadership Coalition. We meet every third Saturday.
Last Saturday.
would just say this, for you individually, get out of the mindset of being a victim. You need to be an overcomer to achieve things in this world. It's a fight. And don't think of yourself as a victim. Think of yourself as a person with power to overcome obstacles put in front of you. Don't let people make you victims. So I think it's a competition.
Okay, thank you, Carl. Then, Dale.
Since this is an ongoing discussion, I think that what we need to do after this meeting is to determine what resources we have in the room and see if we can communicate with each other what services that we provide and the circumstances like that. So afterward, we need to get together and collaborate and talk with each other. And together we can work out something to help these young men.
Thank you. Anything else on Jerusalem's question? Okay, Leroy?
I just want to follow behind Dale. I think what else is important is that once you all have the discussion, that you have all that information where it can be handed out to others that didn't attend those meetings. I mean, names, addresses, and a little focal point, a little agenda piece in there of what happened with that discussion, because we just have 3 right here, but we have tons in the community. So I think that's a great idea.
Okay, thank you. Ms.
Quincy,
okay,
this has to do with their.
okay.
I'm involved with class action suit against juvenile hall for the abuse that they put. So, you know, anybody who's been abused, who's been abused, or even witnessed anybody else being abused at juvenile hall, I have information here that where you can call attorneys. We have 2 law offices, not 2 attorneys, 2 law offices fighting this. And if you don't even witness, know anybody who witnessed someone abused, you can get financial compensation. We've been involved with this for a 1.5 years, and by December, it'll be coming to a close. So I have some little handouts that I can sit on the table if anybody's interested. Or know anybody who was abused at juvenile hall, you can get financial compensation.
Thank you. Okay, we're getting to Mecca.
Well, good afternoon. I actually was interested in addressing what the gentleman in the red shirt was talking about earlier.
Okay.
So I want to go back to that. And Mecca's my nickname, but a lot of people know me as a media. I think one of the issues that we really need to focus on is there's people in the schools, such as myself, I'm an instructional aide, elementary school. We are in the trenches, so we actually see up close and personal what is happening to the kids. The policies and procedures that are on paper and on the website is not what's going on in the schools. The teachers, the staff, the administrators are basically acting with impunity within a lot of the community schools. The policies and procedures are not actually being followed to the letter like we would think that they would be. And because of that, when we try to advocate or try to solve the problem, you can't go back to those policies and procedures and say, oh, this is what you all should be doing, because that's not actually what's happening. For instance, our young African-American males who are getting sent out of the classroom, or children that are getting sent out of the classroom, there's not a referral being written. 95% of the time, these kids are not being written up. There is no paper trail. The teacher says get out, and they go out. I was just talking to a couple of my kids who are 3rd graders. They are the statistic. These beautiful African-American boys that I see every day, that I work with every day. I had to tell them, they're out of the classroom, out of the class, in the pod, just goofing off and playing around, getting themselves more entrenched in the problem. I had to say to them, I see you more out of class than I see you in the classroom. This is not okay. What we absolutely have to do is find out a way that when they're put out of the classroom, because guess what, when we go up against the teachers and we say to them, you all really shouldn't be putting the kids out of the classroom, they need to be in the classroom so they can get an education, they're going to say, well, your kids are a problem. We're not going to want them in the classroom. When they get put out of the classroom, we need to have some kind of way that some kind of staff that's in place place can make sure that those kids still get their education. Because what happens is the more they get put out of the classroom, then they finally make a decision, and one of the